President Trump is skipping town. He says he's leaving the city and moving his official residency to Florida. The announcement came with complaints about New York State politicians. CBS 2's Dick Brennan has more.
The president unleashed a torrent of tweets telling New Yorkers to give his regards to Broadway. He's making his permanent residence in Mar-a-Lago, Florida, where there's no state income tax. The president saying, unfortunately, despite the fact that I pay millions of dollars in city, state, and local taxes each year, I've been treated very badly by the political leaders of both the city and state. Few have been treated worse. I hated having to make this decision, but in the end, it will be best for all concerned.
A lot of people from New York moved to Florida. A lot of people from the Northeast moved to Florida when they retire. So maybe the president is planning on retiring. I don't know.
Governor Cuomo says good riddance to Mr. Trump, claiming it's the president's real estate tax policies that have alienated New Yorkers.
He raised New York's taxes when he passed his federal tax reform with the so-called SALT, elimination of state and local tax deductibility. It cost New York $15 billion.
Tax experts say that even if the president changes his residency to Florida, he'll still almost certainly have to file here.
If he owns any interest in any entity that owns real estate in New York, he'll still have to file. If he works one day in New York, he comes to the UN for a speech in September, as he does every year, he'll have to file and pay New York taxes.
The Manhattan DA is suing Mr. Trump for the release of his taxes. Cuomo predicts that the president will make a legal move to dodge the suit by claiming he's no longer a New York resident.
Just because you move out doesn't mean you're not liable for what you said in those taxes when you filed them in the state of New York. So it really is a desperate measure. But I think these are desperate times for the president.
Now, New Yorkers who live more than half the year in the state must pay full taxes, but tax experts say that changing your residence to out of state usually invites an audit, especially among the very wealthy. Dana.
Thank you, Dick.